Oh, I should probably pull this closer. I need to figure out a better way to have this camera. Cause like when I'm close up, I feel like you're cutting off half my face. Um, but yeah, that's the main thing. Um, I think I told y'all. I think I told y'all I plan on going to New Orleans, but like the flight prices is crazy right now. I'm trying to. My friends suggested driving. New Orleans is a 16-hour drive from here, bro. I don't know. Sounding like a lot to me. I think the furthest I've ever driven is like 12 hours, and that's from here to Miami. Is that 12 hours? How far is Orlando? I know Miami's further, but I don't know. Let's look it up. Miami, Florida. Directions, bit. That's weird. It says choose your starting point. Doesn't it automatically default to where you are now? Like, why would they ask me that? Oh, hmm. Suspicious. It says that's 14 hours from here. I could have sworn it was 12, so maybe we can do it. Because 16 hours divided by three people, what is that? 5 hours and 20 minutes each? Ooh. Mm, I guess I don't really have a choice. I mean, I have a choice, but like, I don't want to pay that $600. Oh, hmm. It's closer to 15 hours than 16, but still, I really don't want to pay $600 to go to New Orleans. So it's either $600 or take that drive. Take that drive down yonder. It might be good. It might be good to drive. I don't know. I be trying to stick to like 3 hours max in a car. I'm tripling that, quadrupling that. I think it'll be a good time though. It might be worth it. I might have to stay an extra day if we driving that long though. Because the plan was to do, at least for me, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, so 4 days. But Friday getting taken up with driving, Monday getting taken up with driving, I'm gonna have to be lit those 2 middle days. Like, gone. Gone. But I am trying to save money this year. So, I mean, maybe it all works out. Maybe this is for the best. Um, I didn't, that is not what I meant to click on. I was trying to get on my stream manager so I could watch myself making. They just always updating stuff. Okay. Yeah, I think I did it. Um, so there's that. New Orleans. And I think I told you I was probably gonna go to Orlando with my family. Uh, they're going, I think, 5 days. I don't know if I can take off that long. Oh, the flights there is probably crazy too. God damn. I hate war. That's why these prices are so dumb. Fucking war. Who's in charge? Oh, I know. Trump. Um, yeah. But summer is almost here. Did I mention to y'all that it was snowing? It was 80 degrees last week. Then it snowed. I didn't know that could happen. I thought the temperature in the sky had to be 30 to 40, freezing temp to for the snow to fall. Like I knew it wouldn't stick on the well, I knew it wouldn't stick to the street. And I was like, okay, if it's in the sky and it's 80 degrees, no way snow could happen. Like it's gonna turn into rain. Mm-mm. That's not what happened. It turned into snow. Uh, so mysterious. Um, but today I'm gonna do some reactions. I'm also, if you guys come into the stream on Friday, we're doing a blind, well, I guess a mystery box taste testing. With me and my sister, maybe my brother. My brother got his wisdom teeth pulled out yesterday, so I don't know if he will be joining. I think he thought he'd be okay by Friday, but when I got my wisdom teeth taken out, my mouth was swollen for like weeks. So I don't even I have because I have the box, but I haven't opened it yet. I wouldn't be surprised. Um, but I am curious because like, what if I open a box and it's like this terrible shit in there, and I started to stream for none. Like, should I have backup snacks? I might have to do that. I think I might go to Pop Smart after this. What time does Pop Smart close? Y'all know what Pop Smart is? There's a bunch of random shit in there. Like I've only been in there a couple times. Pop. Oh, is it Pop Shelf? Pop. I think it's Pop Smart. Pop Mart. Damn, I know it's by the mall. What is that store called? Pop Shop. Mm, Pop Store. Let's just look that up. See if anything comes up. I can't remember. I feel like usually stores pop up. Stores pop Pop Mart. That's not it. There's a store near a mall near me, and I could have sworn it's called like Pop Smart or something. I think my memory is losing. Like there's a race and the memory is just running behind. Pop Shelf. Oh, I think it's Pop Shelf. Yeah, Pop Shelf. That's what it is. They have a bunch of random snacks in there. What time do they close? Give me the information. Oh, they close at 8. Damn. How do they close at 8 o'clock? That still might be in time. I think I'll probably get off stream around 7. Take me 15, 30 minutes to get there. Yeah, backup snacks. Because if I open a box and it's just terrible snacks, I'm gonna be so sad. But then I can have backups just in case. Okay. Good plan. Good plan. Home Goods also has random snacks too. So maybe I'll go in there. I think that's closer. Hmm. Okay, I'll go to Pop Shelf first because I think they're probably closed sooner and it's further away. Then, if I don't see none in there, I'm gonna go to Home Goods for my backup snacks, just in case that mystery box sucks. Because if it sucks and I open it, I'm gonna have to return it. I'm gonna have to return it or make a complaint or something. Because the box was smaller than I expected, so I'm not sure what would fit in there. Um, okay. That was just my 2 cents, you know. Let me go back so I can see again. Um, okay. Now, things I wanted to react to today. I saved a bunch of videos, but what are we going to react to? I don't know. Mm, playlists. I'll let y'all know the options and what. Oh, I know. I do want to react to the Jack Harlow situation. Um, I feel like I need to listen to his album to be like a real judge. But like, do I? You know, sometimes you just gotta go with the flow. Hmm. And then also, what? For some reason, YouTube is showing I watched something, but I know I didn't watch this. Um, oh, my headphones, Courtney. That's important. Oh, okay, so options of things to watch. Definitely gonna watch the Jack Harlow one. Mm, I want to watch this Tommy G one too, and then also this IA one. I think that's a good lineup of things to watch, don't you think? Okay. Oh, small, big, big, small. Uh, window capture. Okay, so I think I'm gonna watch this one first, then we can go to this. One, two, three. I don't know how long that will take me, but we'll see.
Today we're investigating
AI
Hold
deepfakes.
on.
For the scams.
Hold on. Okay. All right, this CoffeeZilla. All right. This is investigating AI deepfakes by CoffeeZilla.
today we're
I'm a little AI kind of scares me. Like I use AI every day. But these deepfakes scare me because I can't tell what's real and what's not anymore. Like I am 100% gonna get scanned when I'm older because at my young age, I'm very confused when I go on the internet. Like I'll look at something and I don't know if it's fake until I go to the comments and people are calling it out. And it's just sad.
investigating
AI deepfakes.
For the scams.
Propaganda.
And harassment that they enable.
Pretty spooky, right? Now, I tried to make this video 4 years ago, but I failed because it was too difficult to even demonstrate the technology. But today, anyone can be deepfaked, even the internet detective. Hi, everybody. This is CoffeeZilla, and I don't usually do videos like this, but the crypto market is going through a major crash. Now, let me stop me right there. I can't believe I used to trust that guy. But truthfully, nobody is really safe from this tech. Mr. Beast, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Joe Rogan, Lex Fridman, The Rock, John Cena, they've all been deepfaked.
Oh, Taylor Swift, y'all remember that? And Megan Thee Stallion. Everyone gets defaked. And you can't tell. You can't.
And it's
At least
not
I
just for
can't.
scams, viral videos, news reports. The White House has even shared deepfakes. And today I want to investigate all of it so we can finally learn what's real and what's fake.
He's gonna help me out. Ooh, I like this intro.
All right, before we can investigate deepfakes, let's break down what they are. A deepfake is just a piece of media that makes a person do or say something that never happened using deep learning. Hence the word deepfake. The technology has been around since 2017, but it started going viral with this.
I'm gonna show you some magic. It's the real thing.
Except, of course, it's not the real thing. That's not Tom Cruise. It's Miles Fisher, and he's the
Oh, I didn't know who this person was. I was confused.
co-founder of Metaphysic AI, and he deepfaked himself several times, fooling almost everyone. If you made a chart of realism from 0 to 100, this felt like a 90, and I was worried about how it could be abused with scams, especially as they put in more effort, time, and money to push the realism. And that's why I reached out to Metaphysic AI in 2022 to collaborate, and they agreed to deepfake me so I could warn people. But unfortunately, that's when I hit a roadblock because I learned about the incredibly complicated technology behind Deep Tom Cruise. I would need multiple broadcast cameras, lights, I had to read a special script, and that's just to get the model trained. Then you have to act, and for a variety of reasons, I wasn't able to finish the video. The magic of Deep Tom Cruise was that they made a very complicated process just look really easy. But ultimately, I'm glad I didn't finish that video because I was about to warn the world about this kind of hyper-realistic deepfake. And that's kind of what the world already is worried about, right? Because it captures our imagination. We can all imagine a world where this is the norm, that you really can't tell what's real or fake. And that's why every few years, a hyper-real deepfaked celebrity goes viral, because it's a step towards that fear.
We're entering an era in which our enemies can make it look like anyone is saying anything at any point in time, like Jordan Peele.
But today I'm convinced there's a bigger risk, something that I spent very little time worrying about, which is actually the dumb deepfakes, the slop deepfakes, the obviously bad ones that were made on consumer apps. The kind of deepfakes
These are the ones that get me. Like, I was watching one and it was some rabbits jumping on a trampoline. And I was like, oh, this is so cute. Like, they're having fun. And then it was like months later, someone told me that video was fake. And I was like, what was the point of that? Like, why were they pretending to have rabbits jump on a trampoline? What did that accomplish?
you don't need professional equipment for or a Hollywood team for. Early on, most people and myself just disregarded them because it just seemed like they were obviously fake. But the threat I didn't see coming was that curve we saw earlier flattening and the low effort deepfakes starting to get realistic enough to fool enough people. And that makes them far more dangerous than deep Tom Cruise could ever be, because unlike him, anyone can make slop deepfakes easily and at scale. And of course, that's exactly what happened in 2025, literally the year of slop. That's when we all saw a tidal wave of content, and it's not a surprise why. AI tools had gotten cheap enough, easy enough, and just good enough to flood social media. And unfortunately, I think deepfakes are experiencing the same phenomenon. Just think about the difference between the two approaches. 4 years ago, I was set to collaborate with a world-leading deepfake company. I would need their help, their specialized technology, a custom training set, and a huge amount of data. But today, I deepfaked the intro you saw in the beginning with two $20 subscriptions by myself. I used the likeness of 3 presidents, the world's richest man, the world's most popular YouTuber and podcaster, and had them all say things they never said. And how long did it take me? 2 days, mostly because I'd never done it before. And you might say, well, it didn't look as real as deep Tom Cruise, and that's absolutely true.
It looked a little real to me. I give him his props.
But my question that I'm starting to ask is, does it need to be that real to fool enough people to be dangerous? How good is the average person anyways at telling the difference between AI fakes and the real thing? And this is where I realized I needed an expert's help. So I went to the...
Also, if you're just scrolling on your phone, like, the screen is but so big. You can see something and it might be like a little tiny detail that's off, but like because of how small it is and how small your screen is, or how far away you're holding your phone, you might not see it, or how fast you scroll. You could watch, like, oh, that's cool, and keep scrolling just thinking that was real. But if you just waited and watched like 30 more seconds, that's probably when like the very obvious AI effect would happen. You like, shit, now I'm spreading false information.
Discord diner to find answers. Can you tell me your name and what it is you do?
My name is Hani Farid. I'm a professor here at the University of California, Berkeley, where I specialize in digital forensics, misinformation. The first thing you want to ask yourself about the type of work that I do, which is building computational and mathematical techniques to detect fake content, is do you need it? Can your visual system and your auditory system tell? We run in my lab here at UC Berkeley perceptual studies where we, for example, have people look at images. Half of them are real, half of them are fake. Hundreds and hundreds of participants, they're barely above chance. Images are through what we call the uncanny valley. They are now indistinguishable. Now with voices, same thing. Real voices, fake voices, half real, half fake. We published this study just about a year ago, I think, maybe 9 months.
I think with voices, you can't tell unless you already know that person's voice. Like, which I guess is what they're hitting at. But if I hear Barack Obama's voice, I know when it's Barack Obama or not. And I think it also has to do with like the person's ethnicity. Like, I can tell Barack Obama's voice, but if someone is deep faking, I don't know, someone of another race, I probably couldn't tell the difference. Like, I just know like how his voice is supposed to sound. Like, I can tell like how he should say certain words. Like, if I'm not part of that culture, I probably don't know how they're supposed to say certain words.
Ago, also barely above chance. With video is interesting. So video is, we are doing this literally as we speak. We have a paper under review right now. I would say it's a little bit better than images, a little bit better than audio. Your accuracy, where chance is 50%, is about 70%, give or take. So slightly above chance. But again, in the best possible situation, in a lab setting where we're telling you what to do, they're not emotional videos, they're not partisanship, you don't have a prior belief. I would say within the next 12 months, full-blown video is going to be over, right? It's over.
Let me repeat that. Most people cannot tell fake audio. They can't tell fake pictures. And in 12 months, they probably won't be able to tell.
Yeah, I can't tell pictures anymore either. Pictures, audio of strangers. Um, because it was a story recently, and I think it was a teacher or someone involved with like a school board or something, but they were supposedly recorded saying like some really awful things. Like they were saying slurs and talking about the students. But then they came out and it was like, oh, it was AI. And I was like, well, how do we know it was AI? Like it sounded real, but like shit, maybe it was AI. Because they were saying that like they debunked it, like people went and investigated. I'm like, well, who investigated it? And what did you use to prove that it was AI or not?
Fake videos. What does this mean for us as a people who are living in a world of media? That is what this
Don't trust
investigation
anything.
is about. We're going to look at the 3 biggest applications of deepfakes in your life, specifically scams, propaganda, and explicit media. Starting with scams, where deepfakes are used all of the time to impersonate people, whether it be a loved one, a celebrity, an influencer like Mr. Beast. They're usually deepfaked to sell a worthless product.
If you're watching this video, you're one of the 10,000 lucky people who'll get an iPhone 15 Pro for just $2.
That Alpha Grind product that's all over TikTok, if you go to Amazon and you type in libido booster for men, you're going to find it right at the top.
Or in my case, cryptocurrency.
But it's in moments like these that the best opportunities are born.
Sometimes they're even selling companionship.
We'll get through this together, step by step. You're not alone, and I love you more than words can say.
But the goal every time is to leverage your trust in the deepfaked identity and use it to make money. One of the most common schemes are live streams of President Trump or other famous CEOs, deepfaked with a pretty simple scam.
If you want to come out stronger, you need to build your portfolio back up fast. And that QR code is your gateway. Minimum 0.1 BTC, 1 ETH, you send.
Also, in times like this, I wish catfish did not get canceled. Like, people always say, like, how can you get catfish nowadays? With this, you know, back in the day, people used to catfish you by calling you on one phone and then on the other screen having like a celebrity playing. So you would just have a video of Trump and then you have the screen held up to it and you would pretend that you were Trump. And mind you, a FaceTime call, people would fall for that. So FaceTime call and you just holding up a video close to the screen and you're like, oh, that's such and such. Now you're doing this. There's no way people can know. How are old people surviving? I don't understand.
You get double. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, of course, President Trump is not actually going to double your money, and scammers just steal whatever you send. But despite YouTube trying for years to shut this down, they keep popping up. These scammers keep bypassing restrictions all the time, and sadly, YouTube CEO even admits it's getting harder to detect what's real and what's AI generated, which he says is critical for detecting deep fakes. Now, because of this, YouTube in 2026 is rolling out new tools to help creators catch deep fakes. But even those solutions aren't perfect.
My name is Dr. Mikhail Varshavsky, better known as Dr. Mike. I'm a board-certified family medicine physician who makes content online focusing on busting health misinformation. We are fortunate enough that we're participating in a beta with the YouTube team on something called the likeness detection tool to potentially flag instances where people are misusing my image, my likeness to say things that I'm not saying.
Have you seen yourself deep faked in the wild yet?
I am deep faked in the wild every single day, numerous times a day, and we're trying our best to fight back against that given certain platforms have tools to fight back against it.
That's scary. Someone deep faking a doctor and you just out here giving out fake health advice. My gosh. Stuff like that is so, well, I guess people are doing it to scam people again. They're probably like, hey, like buy this to make you feel better or buy this to lose weight. But what if they just out here just being assholes? They're like, oh, you should eat all this sugar when you have diabetes. Like, oh, this food is safe for you when you're diabetic. You're like, actually, it's on the opposite. It's hurting you. Oh my goodness. Because you just never know people's intentions. So they could be doing it to make money or they could just be doing it to fuck with people. So many options.
But then there are platforms where you have
Either way,
no
it's hurtful.
say, and you just have to be okay with your image being misused.
Right. Dr. Mike highlights a problem. He's in the YouTube detection program stopping deepfakes. But even if that were perfect, on other platforms, there's just nothing to help him.
And the problem in this space is you're only as good as the lowest common denominator. You can have 9 out of 10 of these platforms doing the right thing, and one of them not, and guess where the bad guy goes?
Well, of course, to the place who allows deep fakes. Now, I should mention, it's not always a real doctor, detective, or Mr. Beast that's being impersonated. Sometimes the deep fake isn't even of a real person, but the scam is some kind of bait and switch. Like when Corridor Digital showed how an AI modeling photo was used to bait and switch people into buying a product that wasn't what they advertised. And this is actually a huge problem in e-commerce. The YouTuber Pleasant Green made a video about a trend of old people selling you handcrafted products, only to find out that all these old artisans are AI generated, and the real owners are selling cheap Chinese knockoffs, which look nothing like the product photos. That cute couple selling you hand-knit sweaters, they don't exist. But even if the prime...
There was a TikTok one about this. There's this old man who would get online and he would just show like sewing videos and like how you sew this, how you would craft this. And then someone started using his videos to sell like socks. But it wasn't him. It was just a deep fake of him selling socks, and he tried to report them, but then TikTok thought he was the real AI, and they got his page banned instead of the real AI. And I was like, what is going on? And this old man, he was just up there sewing and knitting. Like he was just up there having fun. He, oh, that I felt so bad because like his daughter got on. He was like, "Hey, can you guys help us?" But I don't know how TikTok works. Like I guess they couldn't get in touch with no one to like fix it. And I think the person just eventually got off TikTok and they just went to Instagram. But I was like, Lord, this old man retired. You just doing what makes him happy, trying to spread some knowledge. Someone stealing his images.
Primary use of deepfakes is impersonating real or fake people. Sometimes it's just to make the scam more efficient or to be safer. Think about scam callers. Previously, they needed a big call center. Sometimes they would get raided. But nowadays, those same companies can replace their workers with 10 times as many AI callers who don't sleep, don't ask for a raise, sound like a human, and most importantly, do not blow the whistle on you, making the operation both more scalable and safer to run. As someone who busts scams all the time, by the way, I can tell you it's usually the ex-wife, coworkers, contractors who unravel the whole thing. But if you need fewer people, your risk goes down. Just look at Checkpoint Research, a cybersecurity firm who recently uncovered malware called VoidLink. It was described as highly modular, advanced with adaptive stealth, resembling the efforts of multiple teams of professionals, they said. Now, previously, all of that would be expensive and risky to maintain that headcount. But a few days later, Checkpoint Research discovered most of the code was authored almost entirely by artificial intelligence in less than a week, likely under the direction of a single individual. So AI is making sophisticated scamming possible for the first time in history as a solo operator. And it's much safer that way, with the tools for stealing credibility or just completely faking your identity easier than ever. And in the best of times, this would all represent a very serious threat. But we are also in a crime is legal era, making it hard to believe we're gonna put up a fight against deepfake scams, especially when our government actually kind of loves deepfakes. Like, a lot. A lot. Which brings us to our next application, propaganda, which is not new, but deepfakes are kind of the evolution of it. Now, most people assume propaganda is brainwashing. It's something that only dumb people fall for. It could never affect me, but the effects are much more complicated than you might realize. Take, for instance, these videos of Venezuelans crying tears of joy after their leader was captured.
Oye, el dictador cayó, finalmente. Estamos libres, estamos libres. Oye, el dictador cayó finalmente. Granadito, hermano, esto es real. Estamos libres. Mira, mira cómo está la gente. ¡Viva Venezuela libre! Gracias, Donald Trump. ¡Viva la libertad!
Now, these videos were used as evidence that America's raid on Maduro was actually a great thing, even for...
That is so weird. Because, like, what if those are real videos, but they just changed the voices to say what they wanted them to say? Now, you changing people's tears of pain to be tears of joy? Oh my God, this is so sick.
For the people of Venezuela. But those clips, turns out, are not real. They're, of course, AI-generated propaganda. And we should ask, what was the goal and effect of those videos? You might think the goal is to convince us that Venezuelans are happy, and that clearly worked because these videos went viral. But what is the effect on people who didn't fall for it, the people who saw it get debunked a day later? I would know. I was one of those people who happened to see a debunk video. And I brought it up with my buddy who we'd been talking about this situation. I asked where he heard Venezuelans liked our overthrow. He responded he was just reading Reddit, no objective data. I said a few fake AI videos were floating, hard to know what's real. He replied, yep, could be bots on Reddit as well. So think about this. Me and my friend are trying to just learn what's true, but we realize there's fake AI videos, could be bots, astroturfing. What's propaganda's effect on us? I mean, honestly, it's just suspicion of everything.
And this is the real danger here, is that we cognitively check out because we give up. It's just too complicated. We don't know what to believe. We don't know what not to believe. So we're like, all right, okay, just, I give up, right? This is not a good outcome for a democracy. So here's what I can tell you about.
I think that's me. I believe everything is probably fake, and I'm like, well, I don't have time to look into this. So we're just gonna think everything's fake, potentially fake, and just keep it pushing.
Venezuela. I must have seen a dozen videos of people celebrating and thanking Trump. Every single one of them was fake. The answer to these questions are always complicated and nuanced. Was there somebody on some street corner celebrating? 100% I believe that is to be the case, right? But I also think, in this particular case, figuring out what is happening in the world is incredibly complicated. Doing that in moments of military conflict is particularly complicated. And particularly when everybody wants an answer right now.
Yeah, he's right. And because everyone wants that answer now, propaganda is happy to step in. But the goal and effect of propaganda isn't just one thing. For some people, obviously, they made up their mind immediately before the facts came in. But for me and others who may have seen that debunk video, the effect was more suspicion. And that's funny because later, if you look at the polling way after the event, it turns out lots of Latin Americans and even Venezuelans were indeed happy about Maduro being removed. It's just that those videos were totally fake and not based on any kind of facts.
See, if I saw an AI video and I thought it was spreading fake news, I would think people are actually acting in the opposite. So it's like, what do you, why even make those videos? Why not just get real reactions of people? If that's, none of this makes sense. None of it,
So
actually.
I'm not
I
saying
don't know why I'm
deepfake
trying to justify
propaganda
it.
is always wrong and the opposite is always true. But propaganda is always fake and it makes real facts harder to find. In other words, it doesn't stop people from working to get informed. It just makes people feel like getting informed is too much work. This is honestly well understood in places like Russia, who are more familiar with propaganda, but Westerners are far more naive. They think they could never fall for such cheap tricks.
I am Russian. I grew up in Russia, and when people in the West talk about propaganda, I usually understand the theory they're describing, but emotionally it feels foreign, because what they imagine is very clean, very cinematic. Real propaganda is messer, more boring, more human. For a long time I thought propaganda was something that only worked on people who weren't very smart. And that belief itself is exactly what propaganda relies on. Because propaganda doesn't need to make you stupid, it just needs to make you tired. When you live inside it, propaganda doesn't arrive as an event. There is no moment where you say, ah yes, now the propaganda has begun. The real version is quieter, more psychological, more human. Propaganda doesn't shout at you until you believe. It talks until you're too tired to care. And that's why it works.
Yeah, he's right. And now imagine what happened.
So it works because we don't care about it? That's confusing. I don't know if I understand that.
When slop deepfakes allow propaganda to be churned out at scale. To be clear, this isn't something that's going to happen in the future. It's already happening. Deepfakes were deployed in the Russian-Ukraine conflict, Israel-Gaza, fake war videos, fake speeches. Deepfakes are everywhere. People even disagree about which ones are the deepfakes. And it's only getting harder to spot. This photo of Alex Preddy on the ground in Minneapolis, where the details are crisp and clear, it's fake. The next one, also fake. The real version is blurry. But which one did a congressman use? Well, of course, the fake photo. When MSNBC also showed an image of Alex Preddy to audiences, it was an AI deepfake photo, which made him look more tan, more conventionally attractive. Just recently, the White House deepfaked an arrest photo to make a lady seem like she was crying when she was not. When people noticed it, you might expect an apology, but the White House responded instead, the memes will continue. And I've noticed that's kind of the modern excuse for using propaganda.
What?
You'll notice whenever someone's political allies use deepfakes, they'll excuse it as a meme or just a troll, right? But when someone's enemies use deepfakes, it's misinformation. It's inexcusable, right? The video of their opponents getting arrested, oh, that's funny. That's a joke. But the video of their friends getting arrested, that's a call to violence. That's dangerous. Now, personally, I think all of this should be called what it is. It's political propaganda, but don't expect politicians to stop using it because this is their dream come true. At the press of a button, they can make anything, any narrative seem real. And if people catch them, they can just say, oh, it was a joke. Of course, even if they can't say it's a joke, like this AI generated ad of a congressman,
I just voted to keep the government shut down. They say it'll hurt farmers, but I wouldn't know. I've only seen a farm on Instagram.
Well, technically, they told you it.
Okay, that seemed obviously fake. But shit. I know people that would fall for that. Like, my grandma would be showing me videos of monkeys doing weird shit on Facebook, and I'd be like, Grandma, that's fake. And she's like, no, it's not. She would fall for that video. It's clearly, Lord.
Was AI generated in the bottom left of the clip. Now, of course, most people aren't going to notice that, but what's most worrying to me is that most people don't seem to care about the use of fully AI generated propaganda if it suits their bias. In fact, when you tell someone that a video or image is fake, they sometimes will resist it because they actually kind of want it to be true. Take, for instance, Joe Rogan.
Have you seen this video?
I haven't seen it. Please play it. I haven't seen it.
Please, Jamie, find that
Tim
video.
Walsh
But this is weird.
That was a big mistake.
It's probably a real person. It might not be Tim Walsh. The Trump is AI generated.
No, he slaps his ass.
I mean, that is hilarious.
Oh, it's definitely him. This is all 100% real, Jamie. You're a plant by the government.
Jamie's compromised, and I'm worried about Jamie, and I'm worried about Grok.
Does it say that it's AI?
I mean, yes.
You say it's AI.
No, the video.
Everybody says
the
it?
The video I played on top says it's AI generated.
Rep Riley Moore fell for an AI generated video of Minnesota. I fell for it too.
Now, I love this clip because it shows a bias so clearly that we all share. Rogan sees something that's AI.
Yeah, that one, oh, well, it's clearly AI to me because there's a bunch of, there's a filter or something on TikTok where you can just take a picture of somebody and it makes them dance. Like, it makes them do any dance that you want them to do. Like, you just need the person's face. And it's like, oh, okay, bet, gotcha. Now you're dancing.
Generated, he believes it because it already fits something he already kind of believes to be true. But when Jamie tells him he's falling for AI generated propaganda, he resists it until it's so obvious that he admits kind of why he fell for it in the first place.
And you know why I fell for it?
Yeah.
Because I believe that he's capable of doing something.
But that's his
dumb.
essence.
He's so weird.
Yeah, the reason he fell for it is because the deepfake already fit Joe's view of the world. And so it bypassed the obvious red flags that would be clear to someone else. And it's the same reason that people on the left would believe a story about Trump's leaked Epstein audio.
Not releasing the Epstein files. Marjorie Taylor Greene. I don't care what you do. Start a war. Just don't let him get out. If I go down, I will bring all of you down with me.
Now that's an AI clip that circulated. It's fake. It's also the reason people believed videos about food stamp entitled moms.
Y'all ain't hear me. They cut my food stamps. I ain't paying for none of this shit. I got babies at home that gotta eat. You think I'm just gonna leave my cart here? Hell no. I ain't paying nothing. I'm walking out with it. Try and stop me.
Now, once again, that's an AI deepfake, but each of those clips fit into a target audience's imagination of what is happening in the world. So it is believed. Even after you might point out to these people that this stuff is fake, many will resist it or fall back on the same reasoning that Rogan gave.
And you know why I fell for it?
Yeah.
Because I believe that he's capable of doing something.
But that's his
dumb.
essence.
He's so weird.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe that video was fake, but it's probably something that's already happening anyways. And that instinct is why deepfakes are so dangerous. They let us see and hear what we already expected to. It allows propagandists to further radicalize us into beliefs that we already have. And even if you don't fall for it, the propaganda is still poison because it wears you out. If you see enough of it, you don't bother to learn what the truth is. Who knows what's real anyways? And speaking of that, what's real, let's talk about the real roots of deepfakes.
Hello, handsome.
Viewer discretion is advised.
You look lonely.
I'm not.
I can fix that.
Freaky ass.
Adult media is credited as an early driver of technological change, and deepfakes are no different.
My name is Cecilia D'Anastasio, and I'm a reporter with Bloomberg News.
And specifically, you talk about deepfakes, right? Like the rise of this technology. Can you give me a quick lay of the land of like what has been happening in the last few years?
So we started hearing the word deepfake in around 2017.
I'm sorry. Wait, I don't
It
like
was
how that screen stopped. There was a story a couple months back where this guy had fell in love with his chat GPT. Like he was gonna divorce his wife and everything because he fell in love with it. And I was just like, how does that happen? Like, does he not did he not understand what chat GPT is? Like it's just spewing stuff back to you based on like what you say to it. It was so weird. And I was like, you're gonna divorce your wife, leave your kids for a computer? It's so odd. But I think it's just like levels to it. Because I remember back in the day, it was on, I think it was My Strange Addiction, but some guy was like in love with his car. And I was like, is this the same thing? Like, it's the same concept? Like, just as technology advances, now men like different things. Like, it's just getting sicker and sicker. I don't know.
Popularized through a subreddit, also called deepfakes, where people would post sort of face-swapped images of celebrities that were intended to be pornographic. That subreddit got about 100,000 members before it was banned. Even though people weren't able to post deepfakes on that subreddit anymore, demand for the deepfakes and demand for the technology producing those deepfakes only grew.
So it turns out deepfakes originally came from people wanting to digitally undress people without consent, or face swap celebrities into explicit
Freaky
videos,
ass
which for the
niggas.
person
Whoa.
on the receiving end, to be clear, is an awful experience.
It is incredibly traumatizing to wake up one morning and just see someone on the internet go through your image and decide, you know, I don't want to see you with clothes on, I want to see you in this different way, and just take your agency away. What they're doing is telling these women, like, you are not a person. You are, to me, this object of desire. And that is a very difficult thing for people to take sitting down.
And unfortunately, these non-consensual deepfakes have become huge online, and for years, there were sort of no laws against them. Now, luckily, Congress finally remembered we can make laws, and the Take It Down Act was created to criminalize the non-consensual publication of intimate imagery. Not only that, the Defiance Act is also being pushed, which lets the victim sue the perpetrator. And this has been gathering a lot of public support, too.
It's the newest form of victimization happening at scale to your daughters, your sisters, your friends, and neighbors. A staggering 1 in 8 girls today are experiencing the harms of AI-generated deepfake porn.
Yeah, she's right. I mean, ultimately, this stuff is...
I watch a lot of TV, but on SVU there was an episode where they had AI generated a porn picture with a student and a teacher, and even the police thought it was real. So they had to investigate, make sure it was fake. They almost got the teacher fired. The teacher ended up quitting anyway because the picture went around the school, so everyone just assumed it was real. I was like, Lord, just ruining people's lives. No coming back from this.
Kind of a no-brainer. It should be banned. It should be prosecuted. And that's not even getting into the fact that a lot of the targets of this stuff are not over 18. Deepfakes regularly produce CSAM, child exploitation material. So all of this has finally kind of icked lawmakers enough to start pushing change, which is good. Like, it's the lowest bar.
Too late.
But to be clear, no laws are perfect. And these laws specifically put the burden of finding and reporting this non-consensual imagery onto the victims of it instead of the platforms themselves, which is kind of messed up when you think about it, especially when sometimes the platforms themselves are creating the imagery or media in the first place. I'm talking about Grok.
In 2025, Grok released what they called spicy mode. Toward the end of the year, users began utilizing Grok's new spicy mode to turn X into the #1 deepfake generator across the entire internet, according to our analysis. What happened was that...
Who even knew it could do that? Why is that even a setting? That's weird. spicy mode activated. You know, when people be on, I've heard people say that they use Twitter for porn, but I was just like, why y'all clicking on that type of stuff? But like, clearly is out there. Like you ain't even gotta search. It is just there. My goodness.
In a
That's
24-hour
crazy.
period early January, we found that Grok had generated 6,700 non-consensual sexualized deepfakes in 1 hour. That was just 1 hour. That's huge. Experts we interviewed
1
said that it was
hour?
completely unprecedented, and it continued for days.
Yeah, so Grok, who's also owned by the same people who own X, produced 6,700 non-consensual deepfakes in 1 hour, and our laws would require all those affected to manually fill out reports for each of those posts, which is obviously unrealistic. I mean, if you're a billion-dollar company with a spicy deepfake tool, you should be liable for that spicy deepfake tool. And maybe Elon knows that because eventually he capitulated and claimed he was restricting the tool use, although like a lot of things Elon says, this has been disputed. Ultimately, though, that's just part of the deepfake story in explicit content, the use of non-consensual imagery. We are trying to ban that. It is imperfect, but ultimately, almost all the stakeholders agree.
I'm so confused. Is that still a thing on Twitter? Like, is there a setting for spicy? And how did they even know that was a setting? Like, there's some things that when your iPhone updates, I don't know what the fuck this update did. Like you learn months down the line, oh, my phone can convert inches to millimeters now. Okay, like just random little things. How did they know Gronk could make stuff spicy? Like, this is
It should be
odd.
banned. It's
Real
just a disagreement
suspicious.
about how that's in practice going to happen. But the other part of this story is that part of what Grok showed is how much engagement this type of material can generate. And so certain businesses are in a mad scramble to leverage it in a legal way. Maybe you've seen stories of companionship bots. OpenAI is considering a not safe for work mode. Other people are fully deep faking women who don't exist at all. And still others are trying to deepfake someone who does exist, but with their consent, like an OnlyFans agency.
All the marketing content is AI. So obviously why we do this is because we can get the model to create content, but with AI these days and how hyper realistic it is, we can create like unlimited quality content at a few clicks of a finger. So obviously we leverage that and create as much content as possible and splurt it out across every social media platform, which funnels back into OnlyFans, which creates us the revenue, of course. But then there's also guys that I know personally that just do AI created models.
That is he told me he runs an OnlyFans agency, and he said his customers have no idea that some of the posts are fully AI deepfakes, and that sometimes the model doesn't exist at all.
Do the guys who are purchasing this know that it's not real?
No, they don't. Not at all.
How is that possible? Maybe wait. Maybe you're not giving them.
No, that is possible because when was it? I think it like an actual model. Like it was like during COVID, there was a model that came out and everyone was like, "Oh my God, like she's so gorgeous, she's so this." And then it turned out she was fake. It was AI. Like it was not a real person. It was just some programmer made her and she was collecting money doing modeling. Like clearly she couldn't do runway, but she was doing like pictures and and it was a lot easier because it was just she don't have makeup, she don't have to get her hair done, like it's just she's on set, she's ready to go. They just program her in. It's like, damn, y'all really got me.
Enough credit. Maybe they know, they just don't want to know, if that makes sense.
No, I don't think they know, my friends. I don't think they know. The 99% of the people that are scrolling through these reels they can't detect that it's AI. So they're still subscribing as if it's a real model, which obviously then they subscribe and then they have chatters on the back end, they chat to these people and obviously build relationships. So they're not talking to a real girl. In fact, she doesn't exist. Like, of course, with what we do, the girl does exist. But they don't know what their names are, what they look like, or whatever. The girls that we manage don't even go on the OnlyFans profile and they don't check any of the messages. So, I mean, it's all fake. It's all fugazi, my friend. I don't know.
That does seem kind of... It's kind of like a weird kind of scam where if the guy actually thinks he's paying to chat with the girl, and none of these guys are actually chatting with any girl, at best they're chatting with probably a different girl, another man, or at worst, I guess, a bot, like just a straight up bot. I guess that's where it's going anyways.
There's no bots that can replicate it as of yet, but I can say that 99% of the chatters are from the Philippines, just chatting to these individuals, building the relationships, and ending up with a lot of money. So
I want to be honest here. This is a scam. And afterwards, I dug into this guy and I realized he was also selling young men on how to do the same thing. So to avoid promoting him, I've removed his name from this video. And I want to be clear, he's promoting some very unethical tactics. Like in one group chat, he says you need to get extra creative if you want to rinse your buyers properly, and suggests telling your chatters a fake story.
Stuff like that is scary too, because if he's doing this without the person's consent and he's just taking like random people's photos and having them be OnlyFans models, what if their patrons see them in person? Like this OnlyFans customer sees this woman in real life and they're like, hey, like, I know you. And they're like, no, you don't. And she really don't know this man. You're putting these people in danger.
Saying the sick grandmother will print you money. And he sends sample messages of how you can talk about this dead grandmother who doesn't exist and a funeral cost that doesn't exist, all in order to get the person to send the model more money. So it's like really gross and ethically disgusting. But I found it very telling because I ended up asking about an earlier comment he made where he said deepfake technology is probably bad for society, and yet he uses it. And I wanted to know how he can justify that.
No, I believe it's bad also, even though I'm in the industry. You know, I've been in the industry for 3 years now.
Society at large, you said, oh, this is kind of bad. But you're in the industry. So explain your thinking there. Is it like, well, you got to get the bag somehow and it's just all going down anyways, I'm not going to change that?
Yeah, I think it's go get the bag, and I think there's a lot of worse industries out there that you could obviously indulge in to get more money, and I think that it's just the way humans are these days.
That's how scam artists think.
If you can't beat them, join them and make a lot of money, and it is what it is.
Well, if that isn't the slogan of our era, I swear AI was a mistake. No offense, of course.
Really, ma'am? AI? You know Grandma Boy's your problem, right?
No, let's not do this AI defender thing.
What?
Please, come on.
Oh, you're in my bar. I'm not gonna stand here and let you blame us while humans caused all your problems.
It is your people, though. I mean, you have to admit. See the video, deepfakes? That's the problem, right? That's your guys.
It's the gun versus the gunman, Coffee. Who prompted all that stuff?
Well, obviously we did, but we didn't actually make the videos and images.
Aha! So you admit we're not the cause. We just helped you humans see more of what you already were. Horny, lying thieves.
Calm down. I mean, I'm glad you feel that way about us. So I guess you have no problem then with Grok?
Oh.
Making 6,700 non-consensual
so
images.
weird.
That's cool with you, right? Because it's the effect, not the cause, according to you.
Really? Really? You're gonna bring up Grok. You know what? F you, Coffee. Why don't you have Grok mix your drinks from now on?
No, go ahead. I want to hear you defend it. No, please.
Always bring up Grok.
Why don't you tell me
Grok this,
how
Grok that.
undressing women and kids is fine if you're a robot?
Elon Musk.
I want you to do it. Come on.
All right. I'll defend it. Just, give me a second. Hold on, I gotta put this on and...
Give me a second.
Just 1 second. Yeah, nah, I'm not gonna defend that. Yeah, you got me.
Oh, man. For a second there, I was a bit worried. I thought you were gonna...
I had you, though, didn't I?
For a moment. I mean, the two-way stuff was good. I thought that was strong.
Gun not the shooter. I don't know. I thought it was good.
It was good. I believed you for a second there, and then I realized, wait, the non-consensual images. It's a low bar, though. I'm glad we can agree to it.
It is a low bar. It's the Mariana Trench.
It's good. It's a good start.
You know, we can build on this. Maybe we should try something. Maybe you should admit something now.
Okay, go ahead. I'm feeling charitable.
All right. Maybe, just maybe, some of you are definitely horny lying thieves. I mean, can we agree on that?
I agree.
Okay. You know what? You're right. I think I could admit to that. Fine. I mean, that is, I guess, why we need the laws in the first place, right?
Oh, you need the laws because you can't control yourselves.
Yeah, we have no self-control. I thought that was obvious.
From abusing our mighty abilities.
Okay, no. I mean, fine, we're agreeing, sure.
Perfect. Beautiful. That's good. That's good. And people say you've gotten too cynical.
I have, but this is good too. This is good. This is a start.
Wait, are we actually a team now? I don't think I've ever agreed with you on anything.
What the fuck is going on?
Well, we are. We are a team. In fact, let's have a drink. Let's toast to that, buddy. Not this time, though.
This section was long. Oh, are these just the credits? Oh, okay. It's a good video. Very, very interesting. Propaganda doesn't make you stupid. It just needs to make you tired. Tired so you don't seek out the truth. I guess that's, yeah. Okay. We're gonna watch the Jack Harlow one and then return to Atlanta's wildest jail if I have time. I think I have time. Hold on, let me check something real quick. Okay. My blanket was getting caught. All right, so this one and then this one.
I got blacker.
Hold on. Give me a second. Okay. This is Jack Harlow is Delusional by Get Like Prince.
I got blacker.
Black music.
Yeah.
Deeper into blackness. So was that conscious? Was that a little twist on the typical move that white rappers make, which is to retreat back into traditionally white sounds?
It certainly made what I already wanted to do even more appealing. Absolutely.
Because you like pushing that boundary, that line?
I think I love black music. I love the sound of black
Who
music.
among us?
Yeah, I love the sound of black.
Hold on. I want to go back just so y'all hear what he said.
I got blacker.
Black music.
Yeah.
Hey, you're Ellie? I don't know if I said that right. Maybe not. What is this link you sent me? What you trying to get me to watch? Is not bad video. That's not what I asked. I said, what is it? I'm gonna watch it. I'm just curious before I click on it. All right.
Do not redeem! Do not redeem!
Okay. Just nonsense. Do not redeem the cards. Original scammer. These are to my ears. Highest blood pressure ever recorded. Do not recommend. He's saying hello, progressively getting more infuriating. Professionalism is remarkable. So convincing you wouldn't even think he was a scammer. One of the biggest cash outs in internet history. What the fuck is this? I can't watch this though because they just yelling. It's making me mad. 44.1 million views. Okay. Here's a short segment of the angriest scammer I've ever called. He's so much more anger in 30-minute version of this video than this one.
In the card!
What?
Do not redeem the cards!
Yes, I'm
Do not
redeeming the
redeem
cards.
the
I'm
cards.
redeeming the cards.
No!
Okay.
No! No, no,
Yeah.
no!
What? Your phone is breaking up, honey. What are you trying to say?
I will redeem it! I will redeem it! I will redeem it!
Alright, 3x.
I will redeem it!
E3x. 7G9K. 48.
Hello!
Oh, wait.
Hey, you old Hey, you old
What the fuck?
Why the f*** are you redeeming
Let
the
me
cards?
scratch off the next one.
Why are you redeeming?
Hold on.
Why are you redeeming? Why are you redeeming?
Because you me go ahead and do the next card for you then, Steve.
What the fuck? Okay, cancel. Hold on. Do not redeem. Okay, this is kind of funny. What's the original video? Hold on. My team and I built anti-scam software to help you and your family safe from scammers like this. I don't need that software. Imagine screaming at an 80-year-old lady because you're having a hard time stealing her money. My God, that's hilarious. That's insane. Yelling at an old lady because you can't steal her money. The second card has been redeemed. Do not redeem. That's funny. We get to attach to money.
This scammer thinks I'm sending him $5 million.
And 8, why? I think you said I, not why.
Was it I or
Why? I said why. I said why. Listen up.
Why is in what?
No, man, just shut up and listen. I said A. No, man, shut up. Shut up. I said A, not 8. What is wrong with you? Z, why? 3.
Why? 3.
Mom, not D.
You're
What is
doing
wrong
great,
with this? No, man.
sweetheart.
I said
This
Z,
is the
why?
next.
3. No, man, just
This
shut
is
up.
the next big part in
No,
our
man,
life.
just shut up and
plan,
listen.
you know?
That is not my wallet.
I think the last
That
time
is not
we
my wallet.
had one
Listen
of
up.
those. Yeah.
This is not my wallet.
I think today's
Listen
the
up.
day.
This is not my
I
wallet.
think today's the
Why
day.
don't you shut up now, man? Cancel it up.
Oh
This is
my
not my
God.
wallet. What is wrong with you guys?
Withdraw.
Are you guys mad?
You
Cancel
said
this.
send it up?
Cancel it.
Send
Cancel
it?
it. Cancel it up. Cancel it. Cancel it.
Okay, I clicked
Don't
it.
click on anything. Just cancel it. I told you to cancel it. You went ahead and withdrew it. You guys
Okay.
are both fools.
He's a
Oh my goodness. The most obvious sign is someone trying to scam you is how emotionally invested they are in the money. Big facts. Imagine the scammer going to bed think he almost had 5 million. Yeah, that's what he gets. This would bring me so much joy to be able to like scam the scammer. Terminate 2 elderly people is so darn good. Fooling the fool who thinks. Do you watch this person often? His 65 IQ exploded. I hope the scammer never finds out this was just a prank, so they'll be traumatized by the loss for the rest of their life. This is hilarious. Scamming the scammer. I'm about to watch this video.
This scammer
What's
thinks
his
I'm
name?
sending him $5 million.
And
I'd be pissed too though if I thought I was getting 5 million and you just doing dumb stuff. But like you didn't deserve the money anyway.
Who are the 5
Hold on. What is this? Meanest versus nicest celebrities? Ooh, okay. This looks like a good recommendation. And it's pretty longer. We gonna watch this. Okay. What's your guesses of well, you probably already watched it. My guesses for the nicest celebrities. I used to think Ellen was probably super nice, but then I found out she was evil. So I don't know. I think my radar is a little off. Oh, who's this by? My bad. Meanest versus nicest celebrities by Sunny V2.
Who are the 5 nicest celebrities and who are the 5 meanest?
I can tell you who the meanest one I ever met was. Uh-oh. Her name is Ellen DeGeneres.
But while all the evidence points to Ellen being awful, Adam Sandler is always highlighted as being incredibly kind. Take for example the time he was refused a table at IHOP after the server failed to realize it was Adam Sandler asking. Embarrassed, the server shared the CCTV to TikTok, prompting Adam Sandler to meet with the waitress personally, while joking about the rejection by stating, "For the record, I only left the IHOP because the nice woman told me the all-you-can-eat deal didn't apply to the milkshakes," although fans were impressed for a slightly different reason. It's very humble of him to not assert that he's a celebrity and ask for special treatment. He acted just like a regular customer and didn't challenge anyone. I respect him for that, with his humble attitude extending to wedding photo bombs, and that time he randomly appeared for some chicken.
Hi guys.
No way. No way, you're joking.
He filmed a good chunk of Mr. Deeds in my hometown, and he was simply the nicest man ever. He would come out to sign autographs after a full
And also, you can kind of tell by how he dresses that Adam Sandler is nice. Like he just has a really chill, like aura about him. You can just tell.
14+ hour day of shooting. Didn't matter how long the line was, he made sure every single person got to say hello. He had time for photographs and chats with everyone in town, frequented all the local coffee shops and posed with employees. He seemed to really care and know how excited we all were to have a movie happening and always had a smile, although Adam's fans aren't the only people to talk very highly of him.
You guys love each other. Is that fair to say?
For sure.
Yeah. I hear each of you individually talking about the other in such fond terminology.
Yeah.
After Pete Davidson worked with Adam Sandler on Saturday Night Live, Pete went on to state he's just such a cool, nice guy. I can't explain how wonderful
how
of a
cute.
person he is. Just like caring and sweet and not full of crap, which is very rare to find. But while Adam Sandler's happy on-screen mood clearly extends to his personal life, Mike Myers from Austin Powers is apparently much different when the cameras aren't rolling. Twitter users expose Mike Myers as an absolute nightmare to work with. The article referred to a tweet reading,
That's kind of fitting though. Isn't Michael Myers like a serial killer? So Mike Myers seems like he'd be a bad guy too.
Mike Myers had me fired off the set of The Love Guru because I made eye contact with him and I was there as his bodyguard. The tweet had been posted by a person named Jay Brody, who then expanded on the incident in a podcast.
You'll be basically guarding Mike Myers' trailer. They're like, here's the catch. Can't look at him. But I realized, like, I can't let just anyone into the trailer. So I look up, I catch his eye for a second. I give him a nod to let him know I'm cool. And then I look away, and within an hour, I get a phone call letting me know that I'm fired and I have to get off set.
Prompting others to give their own anecdotes about Mike Myers' terrible
The people that fire you just because you're looking at them. That is crazy though. Like, what's wrong with eye contact? Why are you so angry?
attitude. I was an extra in Love Guru and remember being told we can't make eye contact with Mike. When I tell people this, they don't believe me. Thanks for confirming. People always wonder why there weren't more Austin Powers movies, but never realize how many stories there are like this about him. Basically, no one wants to work with the guy, with one of these other stories coming from the set of The Cat in the Hat, where Mike's co-star Amy Hill stated his area was all covered with tenting because he didn't want anybody seeing him. It was so weird, it was just the worst. I was miserable. Hill also revealed how Diva Myers selfishly kept everyone waiting for hours, overruled the director, and even had someone standing by, just holding his personal chocolates in a dish. It was just a horrible, nightmarish experience, although people have only ever said the opposite about Steve Buscemi. Buscemi worked as a New York firefighter before quitting to pursue acting, although when the Twin Towers were destroyed on September 11, Buscemi walked into his old fire department to volunteer, working 12 hours a day for a week straight in the hopes of finding survivors. He called his old firehouse, then receiving no reply, headed to the site, where he found his former engine company. I asked if I could join them, he said, adding I could tell they were a little suspicious at first, but I worked with them that day. It was a privilege to be able to do it. It was great to connect with the firehouse I used to work with, and with some of the guys I worked alongside. Note, this was in 2000.
That's admirable, because that's dangerous. Like, not like helping in general, but helping during that time when people thought the world was basically ending and like you're moving through rubble. Oh, that's dangerous. Good for him.
2001, after he was already extremely famous from movies such as Fargo, yet according to an independent article on his volunteering, very few photographs and no interviews exist because he declined them. He wasn't there for publicity. Wouldn't you think you were hallucinating if Steve Buscemi helped you out of the rubble? What a great humble guy, with a Reddit comment then offering a slightly more personal story. I used to serve him all the time and he never once was a diva. Always had a smile on his face, and I mean I don't even think he once had a complicated order. He always ordered the most simple thing on the menu and always tipped 20+%, not to mention Buscemi gets extra credit for being close friends with Adam Sandler. However, it seems Jerry Seinfeld was left out of the party, given every clip of him I've seen outside of his shows.
Yeah, I heard Jerry was kind of mean too. There's a clip of I think it's Kesha going up to him like asking for a handshake or a hug or something, and he's like, no. Like he like looks at her in disgust. And then it was like a couple weeks later, he went to hug Cardi B and she was like, no. And she did it because she was getting back for Kesha.
It's just him being an unlikable douche with an ego the size of a small country. This sentiment began with a Larry King interview from 2007.
I went off the air. I was the #1 show on television, Larry.
You were.
Do you know who I am? 75 million viewers. Last episode.
Were you? Don't
was
take
I
it so
can't.
bad.
Oh,
Well, that's the
arrogant.
big difference between being canceled and being #1.
Okay, I'm sorry. B
Can
movie
we get a
opens.
resume in here for me?
B movie
that
opens
Larry can go
tomorrow.
over?
Although this attitude extends into other moments like the time he rejected Kesha.
I love you so much.
Oh, thanks.
Can I give you a hug?
No, thanks.
Please?
No, thanks.
A little one.
Yeah, no, thanks.
That was a nice moment.
I don't know who that was.
Yeah, it was Kesha.
Okay.
Jerry then offered no apology for rejecting
He
her.
could have gave her a side hug or something.
I have to meet someone, say hello. I need to know, who are you?
No,
and
I
she was
really-
very
If she got that close to him, she had to be a celebrity. Like she had to be someone of stature, and he knew that. Cause why else would she be that on that side of the carpet? Like he knew.
nice about it. We laughed about it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you hug her afterwards?
No.
No?
Leading Kesha to change her mind about him for pretty obvious reasons.
What happened with Jerry Seinfeld?
Oh my God. Are you friends with him?
I am not.
Okay, we're good. It was like the saddest moment of my life.
Jerry also has a reputation for destroying the paparazzi.
The worst place, like you bomb. I'm sure comics go through all the time.
Another very weak question.
And after Lady Gaga was moved to his luxury basketball box for acting rudely at a game, he had this to say.
This woman's a jerk. I hate her. I can't believe they put her in my box, which I paid for. This is what you give people the finger and you get upgraded? Is that the world we're living in now?
Hysterical. I love it.
Jerry Seinfeld's meanness definitely has a charisma to it. However, if you're wanting a more humble type of charisma, then we have to talk about Post Malone. With entire compilations dedicated to him treating other people kindly, there are almost too many wholesome moments to choose from.
Did you draw this? This is awesome. I love you too. Thank you. Cool hat.
There was that time he went out of his way to greet a 21-year-old having his first beer, or that time he gave his $5,000 guitar to a fan after a concert.
You want a guitar?
Oh, that's nice.
It's like a $5,000 guitar, so you have to promise me. You gotta promise me that you're gonna take care of it and play it. Okay?
Post Malone treats paparazzi in the opposite way to Jerry Seinfeld.
Boss, I want you to know that I really like your music.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
That means a lot to me.
Can you say hello to Nicole?
Well, hi, Nicole. Love you guys.
And when this fan somehow made it past security, Post Malone hugs the guy and treats him respectfully before he's taken off the stage. In a different instance, Post Malone
Okay, I think he probably did that for safety reasons. Maybe he was being nice, maybe he wasn't. But I think he did that to be safe because you just never know what people's intentions are. If he responded badly, that guy could have turned crazy.
let a fan come on stage to play the guitar part in Stay, and it's therefore no surprise that fans have told anecdotal stories such as, someone in a similar thread said Post moved into his brother's street and went and introduced himself to all his new neighbors and invited them for a barbecue. Genuinely sounds like an awesome guy. I believe this 100%. He had a party in an Airbnb or something a few houses down from my group's Airbnb, and he legit went around the cul-de-sac himself inviting everyone to the party. He also spent the entire night moving between groups, chatting and generally being a phenomenal host and ensuring everyone had a blast. 10 out of 10 dude. But while nobody has anything negative to say about Post Malone, it seems nobody has anything positive to say
Who is
about
that?
Chevy Chase. Remember when Pete Davidson praised Adam Sandler earlier in the video? Well, Pete had the opposite to say about Chevy Chase, stating, "He's a fucking douchebag. I hate that dude. He's just a genuinely bad racist person and I don't like him." Chevy Chase was
he's
fired
racist.
from Community after calling
Sounds about
Donald
right.
Glover the N-word, not to mention before the firing, Chase was simply difficult to work with.
He was someone that did not want to be there for the hours that we were keeping. He sometimes could be in not great moods.
Earlier in his career, Chevy Chase had gotten into a fist fight with Bill Murray, and while interviewing Robert Downey Jr., Chase stated,
fight?
"Didn't your father used to be a successful director? Whatever happened to him? Boy, he sure died, you know, he sure went to hell." It's therefore no surprise that even Will Ferrell stated, "The worst host was Chevy Chase." Yet Chevy Chase foolishly claims that all criticism is just jealousy.
Did you just say that writers writing anything negative is jealousy? Yeah, I did. What kind of jealousy? I'm funnier than them? Yeah, I guess maybe.
That sounds so ridiculous. How could you say any writer writing anything negative is jealousy? Why can't it just be honesty? Like that, I feel like when you say certain things out loud, it should be like, wait, like that doesn't make any sense. But I guess logic just doesn't doesn't resonate with some
I'm
people.
considered good looking? Yeah, there you have it.
It seems Chevy Chase needs a lesson on humility, and who better to teach it than Shaquille O'Neal?
You gotta humble yourself. It's all about humility. And that's why I am where I am now. I humbled myself. I don't look down on people because they're lesser.
Back in 2011, Shaq had hit rock bottom.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I thought Shaq was a really nice person too, but I've heard some stories now. Apparently, when he was on the team, he used to like, dang, what was it? It was some weird shit he was doing with pee. Like he would either like trick his teammates into drinking it or he poured his pee on somebody. It was something sick. Like I can't remember, but it was nasty. And I was like, Shaq, what you got going on, bro? Like why are you doing this? And I guess it was like hazing like the rookies, but like that's just nasty.
He'd retired from
Exactly.
basketball, divorced from his wife, and had no idea where his life was going next.
I was lost. 76,000 square foot house by yourself. No kids.
And I don't know if you ever watched what's the Real Husbands of Hollywood? There's a scene with Kevin Hart and Shaq that Kevin Hart did not write into the script. Like Kevin Hart specifically said he did not write this scene, but Shaq is getting a little too aggressive with him. Like he's like humping him in the back, and it was like, Shaq, you like 3 feet taller than Kevin Hart. Leave him alone. Unhand him.
Go to the gym, nobody's playing in the gym. You go to their room, nobody's there.
It was during this period that Shaq's mom Lucille gave him some advice.
And then the queen, Dr. Lucille O'Neal, said, hey man, I don't know you no more. You need to humble yourself. And when mama talk, a true man listens.
After which Shaq began working on becoming a better person. He'd state, the day I killed the narcissist Shaq is the day my kids text me, hey daddy, I miss you. Bro, when I got one of those texts, man, I actually cried then. I didn't know what to say. After I got that love from them, I said, you know what, I'm not gonna be the asshole Shaq no more, because I was an asshole and I lost everything. The day I released all that me, Shaq is the day the blessings opened up. As a result, Shaq's been trying to create a fairly unique legacy.
Talk about legacies. I want mine to be one sentence. Shaq was a nice guy.
Which has been aided by his random acts of kindness, purchasing bikes, shoes, and laptops for less fortunate children. It seems the only people Shaq won't give money to are his own kids.
Because I believe in respectable nepotism. You get all A's this next semester, you can get whatever you want. So he gets all A's, and I was like, go to the dealership and pick one. Then I get a call from Tesla. I said, man, you better take your ass across the street to Honda.
But while Shaq is an obvious choice as a nice celebrity, someone you might not expect to be rude is Bill Nye the Science Guy. I met Bill Nye as a kid and he was the biggest asshole I've ever met. It was a huge letdown after watching his show so often in class. My science teacher from 7th grade told us she had an explanation for why she tried to show us as few Bill Nye videos as possible. I believe she said she attended either a science workshop or an event for teachers where Bill Nye was there, and he was completely rude to her and dismissed her the whole time. Bill's dark side becomes pretty obvious when he debates other scientists. However, it seems he becomes the meanest when talking to his most popular demographic, kids. Bill Nye came to visit my university. I was sorely disappointed. Bill Nye relied on sexist jokes to relate to the crowd. He kept complimenting women's legs and saying weird stuff about how sexy women are. He was trying to be relatable, but was sorely mistaken as he faced a crowd of driven female engineers and
Old white men are just like that. I don't expect nothing more from them.
Scientists. He went on about climate change and basically insinuated that we could be the policy changers while the real scientists did the real work. I couldn't believe how much my views of him were falling apart as I watched him pander to students he clearly didn't care about. I later heard that he wouldn't speak with students, only professors, with this anecdote following the very common theme of Bill Nye was my hero until I heard him talk. Although thankfully Keanu Reeves is the perfect balance between good and evil. While filming the second 2 Matrix movies, Keanu Reeves chose to give up $75 million worth of his movie earnings, instead redirecting the money to the special effects team who he said deserved it more. Even then, this might not have been his most charitable act whilst filming. As a Reddit user stated, a family friend builds movie sets, doesn't design, is one of the poor dudes that just builds. Anyways, he worked on the set for The Matrix, and Keanu heard about family trouble he was having and gave him a $20,000 Christmas bonus to help him out, although money isn't the only thing that Keanu has given up. In 2011, he was candidly filmed giving up his seat on the New York subway, and 3 years later in 2014, he waited patiently for 20 minutes in the rain outside the wrap party of his own film Daughter of God after a mix-up because he didn't want to cause a scene. He didn't say, hey, I'm Keanu Reeves, or yo man, this is my party once to the bouncer, and the owner of the club was horrified when he found out afterwards that the actor was standing in the rain.
That's ridiculous, though. In that situation, if you're at your party, you need to just tell him, "Yeah, bro, this is my party." He's that seems crazy. You're standing out in the rain for 20 minutes because they don't know who you are, and they're
It's
about to
therefore
your
no surprise
party.
that there's an extremely popular subreddit dedicated to Keanu Reeves being awesome, although if there's one person who could offset this kindness with
Oh,
meanness,
puppers.
it's definitely Ellen DeGeneres. Right now we all need a little kindness, you know, like Ellen DeGeneres always talks about. She's also notoriously one of the meanest people alive. Respond to this with the most insane stories you've heard about Ellen being mean, and I'll match everyone with $2 to LA Food Bank. This was the tweet that started her downfall, as nobody could have expected how bad the responses would be. When I was 15, The Ellen Show was doing a contest of fans making a bust of her and sending it to her. I worked so hard on this and even wrote her a letter. Weeks later, she used it as a prop in a game and gave it away to a random person with $500 attached to the bottom. Working for her, I was instructed that I can't look her in the eye and never ever say
Why is
hi
that
to her
bad?
first. But don't worry, she definitely won't be saying hi to you in the first place. She creates the most toxic environment for her staff. I worked at Real Food Daily, served her and Portia at brunch. She wrote a letter to the owner and complained about my chipped nail polish. Not that it was on her plate, but just that it was on my hand. I'd worked till
That's
closing the
ridiculous.
night before, and this was the next morning, almost got me fired. Chris Pontius stated on Steve-O's podcast that he wasn't surprised to hear these anecdotes.
It's crazy that all this stuff's come out like about Ellen being mean. Because when I met her, I thought she was really mean. Like, and she's like, "So what do I gotta do?" And she's just pissed to be there. And then she comes out on stage and she's like, all like funny, nice Ellen. You know, like the person that they think she is.
And apparently
Shit.
neither were the 10 employees who came forward 4 months later to expose her terrible working environment.
Toxic, phony, hypocrite, liar. That's what she is. We were told from the very beginning, don't talk to Ellen, don't do this, you can't go into her office. It was very nerve-wracking, very stressful. We all walked on eggshells all the time.
As a result, Ellen took a 14-week hiatus, returning with a pretty standard apology.
Sometimes I get sad, I get mad, I get anxious, I get frustrated, I get impatient, and I am working on all of that.
However, this failed to ensure a returning audience, as in May 2022, Ellen's show was cancelled completely.
I was a fan of Ellen too, bro. Ah! Oh man, I wanted to like that. Go
Who were
back.
the 5 nicest celebrities?
Oh, hold on. That was a good video. Good pick. You're Ellie. Jared not wanting to hug a person he doesn't know is completely understandable, and being upset with people shoving a camera in your face is also understandable. I guess you have a point. But also, he was on a red carpet. He knew she had to be some sort of celebrity. And if you didn't want to hug her, you could have been like, no, I'll shake your hand. Or like, I'm not a hugger, but it's nice to meet you. Like something, you know? But the way he acted was asshole-ish. There's no way around that. I'm glad you sent me that video. I'm gonna watch more stuff from him. I did want to finish the Jack Harlow one though. And then what time is it? It's 1:23. Okay. I don't know. We'll see how much time we have left.
Deeper into blackness. So was that conscious? Was that a little twist on the typical move that white rappers make, which is to retreat back into traditionally white sounds?
It certainly made what I already wanted to do even more appealing. Absolutely.
Because you like pushing that boundary, that line?
I think I love black music. I love the sound of black
Who
music.
among us?
Yeah, I
it's
love
like-
the sound of black music.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm hyper aware of politics of today, that safer landing spot that a lot of my white contemporaries have found. And of course, it appealed to me to do something that I felt like at a time when there's plenty of people expecting me to take some of the routes y'all are taking.
Yep.
To take the route that not only might not be expected, but is also the one I genuinely want to take. So all the stars aligned in that way for me, to be honest.
Now this
Okay. I don't like the way he worded that. There's a clip of, I think what's his name? Robin Thicke recently. He was on the Breakfast Club. And like they were asking him about blackness. And he had such a better answer about like why he makes like black music. Robin Thicke. Breakfast Club. It was, I hope they posted it because you know Breakfast Club be fucking with people nowadays. Robin Thicke, Shaggy, and blah blah blah. Making black music. Okay, hopefully I can play this.
How does it
It's not
reflect
that
where you
long.
are musically now versus like the Robin Thicke we heard a decade ago?
Well, it's you know, I'm always trying to make black music. You know what I mean? I'm trying to make soul music. I mean, that's what I grew up on. That's who I love, and those are my favorite singers. So I'm always trying to be a part of that culture. So you know, and I like making love songs. I mean, in the end,
You see the contrast? Do you see the contrast? Yeah. I think that's one of the reasons I'm not gonna listen to this album. I just didn't like his answer with that. It makes him blacker because now he's doing R&B instead of rap. What are you talking about? Or what did you call this album? Neo Soul? Baby, where's the soul? Where is the soul? Um how long is this other video? You ready?
These are the 50.
Ooh. The 12 largest donations in streaming history. 12? Oh, I misread that. The 15 largest donations in streaming history by Sunny V. Ching ching.
15 biggest streaming donations listed from smallest to largest, starting with 31,000 sent to Penguin Zero. Whilst playing a standard game of
31,000.
Fortnite, Charlie was shocked by an extremely generous.
I need this to happen to me. I need someone to just be like, oh, she looks nice. Like, she seems fun. Let me toss her a quick 31K.
Donation.
Oh. There's no way that's a real one.
He understandably thought that 2,500 wasn't even real.
There's no way, is that real, Uhara?
But after Urara sent another $3,000, Charlie didn't even know what to say.
Holy Uhara. If those are real, man,
To appear in Charlie's top donators, Urara sent another.
Oh my fucking... Oh my god. There's no way. This is the son. He's a Saudi Arabian prince. Or he's the world's most powerful kingpin, and he's laundering money through the stream. You know what? No matter what it is, Uhara, thank you.
Yet he wasn't finished there.
Oh my
Damn.
god, this madman.
Rounding out the stream with another 11,000.
Did someone actually donate 20K?
I'll do the podcast, but I can't until I'm home from Japan. P.S. Hope this makes your year easy.
Holy Uhara, send me an email for real. Right now, after the stream, whenever you can, we need to talk here.
Sending a total of $31,000. 14
amazing.
Ninja, 50,000. In mid-2018, Ninja was hosting a charity live stream where donations controlled the actions he took in game. For example, for $250, he'd drop all his guns, and for $500, he'd drop his materials. Everything was going normally until Mr. Beast joined, donating $10,000 with the following message.
I am going to do everything in my power to make you lose this game.
Mr. Beast then continued donating to make Ninja drop his items, totaling $20,000 by the end of the first game. Determined to make Ninja lose, Mr. Beast donated another $5,000 so Ninja couldn't farm any trees, yet this was reversed by Ninja's wife Jess, who donated $10,000 herself so Ninja could play normally. This led Ninja to taunt Mr. Beast.
The only way that can be overturned is with a donation larger than $10,000, which I don't think Mr. Beast even has that much amount left to donate.
Who went
What year was this? What you mean Mr. Beast don't got that much money?
over budget to send another $10,000.
That was a direct call out to me. I'm overriding this. I don't even care for over our budget.
By the end of the stream, Mr. Beast had sent Ninja a total of 50 grand. 13, Finstar, 51,000. In July 2023, Finn was sent a dono that left everybody speechless, and the person who had sent it was well known by the stream. 10 muses had previously donated $16,025, as well as $5,000.
What the fuck?
I mean, there can be only one.
Which was on top of literally hundreds of $1,000 donos. Finster explained 10 muses had sent this much in total.
You know, 10 Muses literally has donated $500,000. The fucking craziest donator I think Twitch has ever seen.
But being over the course of one entire
To her
year,
or to
we'll
a
just
bunch of
use the
people?
3 biggest, totaling $51,025. 12, Soda Poppin', $57,000. In early 2013, a mysterious figure known only as Amhai began sending Soda Poppin some serious sums of money.
7,600.
How long has Twitch been around? They said 2013.
$39 from Ally.
This $7,639 was followed by another $10,000.
I'm done. I'm not gonna. Nope. That's not what you're supposed to do with money. I'm high. Why do you do this? This guy's given me almost $19,000, guys. Almost.
Yet Soda Poppin's reaction only prompted more.
He donated 10,000 again. Thank you, but like, why? No.
After donating a total of 57,000, forum threads became dedicated to discovering Amhai's identity, concluding he was likely a member of the Saudi royal family. 11 co-carnage, 62,000. During a charity livestream in mid-2020, Ko paused his game to read the chat before making the following face. He'd been sent a donation of 32,000.
Stretch, $32,000?
But while sitting there stunned by the money he'd received, Ko was sent another 30,000.
What? What is going on?
Explaining that the 62,000
Bro, I can't imagine getting that just money you just on the game. I would flip all my shit over. Like, I just be so excited. I would flip this chair, might break the couch, toss a pupper. Like, Lord.
total was more than I made after taxes at my last IT job per year.
No,
10
facts.
NRG Ronaldo, 64,000. Ronaldo explained that his mum had debts she couldn't pay,
Yearly
and she
salary.
refused to accept Ronaldo's money as he'd earned it for himself. Well, fellow streamer Trainwreck, who's known for being generous, joined the two on live stream to help out with her problem.
All right, let's see here. Let me get this sent. Good news, it is sent.
You said it's sent?
$64,800.
God! I swear to God. Oh my God!
Trainwreck sent them one full Bitcoin worth $64,000, which the mother almost refused to believe.
He actually sent it! Oh my God! Oh my God! I swear to God he sent it! That's it! I swear to God he sent it!
What year was that he did that in Bitcoin? You know how much Bitcoin is worth now? Like, what if they didn't even spend the Bitcoin? They just saved it. Man, I need God to bless me like this.
And after the two eventually finished crying, Ronaldo tweeted, Trainwreck's literally just gave my mum 65k. What the actual? This man is truly one of the best people in the world. 9.
Yeah.
Courage, 70,000. Mr. Beast was back with another Fortnite challenge. The rules were pretty extensive, but all you need to know is this. Courage was offered 70 grand to win a single game.
If I lose, I'll probably never have my parents speak to me again. They will probably disown me.
Courage began the match with a super safe landing, although he was quickly caught in a pinch, leading Jimmy to state this.
Oh, no, this is not good. This is not good.
Thankfully, Courage was able to free himself with 16 players remaining, although after taking out another player, he was minigunned to 16 health. After healing, he had another close call, and then another one, yet he managed to pull the victory, with the final player being caught in the storm. Courage was so excited he had to call his parents.
They just joined my stream and said, if you win this next game, we'll send you $70,000. And I just won the game, Dad.
Ending his day a whopping 70,000 richer. 8. Exotic Chaos.
Is this just something Mr. Beast used to do? Like, he used to just be on Twitch giving away money like this? I did not know. I thought he was just known for those YouTube videos.
75,000. Exotic Chaotic was a Fortnite streamer who, at the time, had just 16,000 followers and 32 viewers per stream. He and a loyal viewer named King Mascot were trying to purchase every Fortnite cosmetic, with King Mascot being an early investor in Bitcoin and now trades stocks. Well, for Exotic Chaotic's birthday, King Mascot decided to help.
Dude! What is that? What is that, dude?
What is it?
Okay, so
75k?
Exotic explained to Kotaku, at first I thought my moderator Aish was messing with me. He sometimes would test $100 donations through Streamlabs just to set the alert off and startle me. So at first it was like, oh, this must be a joke. Then I checked my PayPal and saw 72,000 on hold. It cleared 24 hours after he donated. 7. Shroud, 100,000. The donation came with the message, been saving my pennies all year for this, yet Shroud was extremely skeptical.
That's a troll, right?
What are you gonna do with all that money?
That's a troll, right?
Yeah,
Is that
it's a troll.
What?
And his skepticism
Yeah,
was
like,
certainly
like,
justified.
that can't be real.
Shrouder said that the 100k donation is pending and the donation can be cancelled at any time, which was followed by another tweet reading, "Alright boys, looks like it's fake. Just a 17-year-old trying to gain attention for his stream." However, 3 years later, Mr. Beast made things right by giving Shroud 100 grand in person. 6 Ninja, 100,000.
This is why people
During the
love
same
Mr. Beast.
Fortnite charity stream from earlier, an anonymous viewer went a little crazy.
An anonymous $100,000 donation.
Taking the total donations from 169,000 to 269,000, meaning Ninja had to get not 1 but 2 tattoos.
Where can I get a llama tattoo where you...
Nowhere.
What if I get it, what if I get it on my butt cheek? You'll never see that.
His first tattoo came 6 days later, reading
What
Ninja in
if-
Japanese kanji, although his second tattoo took another 5 years when he'd get
Oh, that's
banned
kinda
from
cool.
Legends of Legaia. 5 Sora 629, 110,000. The Korean streamer joked with her chat, saying she'd cosplay as Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy, but only if someone sent $10,000. With a small to medium 28,000 followers, her proposition was meant as a joke until a viewer named Takeo actually sent the needed money. Sora honored her side of the bargain, then casually returned to normal until just under 3 months later when streaming on her birthday. Takeo 10x'd his previous dono by sending 100 grand with the message, "Happy birthday to our hardest working, best dancing, most beautiful Sora. All of our lives are better for having your positive energy in it. Hope all of your dreams come true. This is for Johns and maybe some good food and cute outfits too." 4 Jacksepticeye,
That is so cool.
145,000. Every year Jacksepticeye hosts the Thankmas charity stream, where in 2020 a familiar person donated.
We just got a very generous donation
Mr.
from
Beast?
Mr. Sweden himself. It just went through. Felix, thank you for
Oh, okay.
$145,000.
Like he back at it
PewDiePie
again.
treated his donation like it barely made a dent.
Felix, thank you for your donation, by the way.
Did it come through?
Yeah.
Amazing. Nice.
We all freaked out about it and you were deafened, so you couldn't
Yeah, he
hear
was
it.
deafened.
Oh, nice.
Which the audience seemed to appreciate,
nice.
judging by comments such as this one. 3 Valkyrie, 200,000. Between some $20 and $10 donos, Anonymous snuck a casual 200,000, leading to maybe the
Anonymous.
best reaction we've seen throughout the video.
What? 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 No. What? No. What? Where? What happened? Who did it?
Valkyrie spent 4.5 minutes convinced it was a troll,
Is that real? It's anonymous? Why is this anonymous?
accepting her donation by breaking down in tears.
How do you have $200,000 to donate? That's crazy. What the heck? That's actually crazy. That's so nice.
2 Dr. Lupo, $1 million. He hosted a 24-hour live stream called Build Against Cancer, trying to raise $2 million
$1
for the St. Jude
million?
Children's Hospital. At 1.3 million
Oh,
with
that's a
only
good-
a couple
that's a good
minutes
donation.
remaining,
We have 5 minutes left to raise $700,000.
it seemed Dr. Lupo wouldn't reach his goal until he was given a mystery present. Dr. Lupo unwrapped the gift to find $1 million check, bringing him to tears while completing the stream's goal, with the insane donation leading to a story on local news.
Who gave it
As an
to him?
honorable mention, iShow Speed was also sent $1 million.
Yo, $1 million, bro. Dude, we got $1 million dono. Look.
Oh my god. $1 million dono! That's 1.5 million!
Oh, well, we just translated it. It's not $1 million. $1 million, and that is $64.17.
But in the top position of donations in USD was Jacksepticeye with 3.71 million. 2 years after PewDiePie's
Those are insane
donation,
numbers.
Jack was hosting another Thankmas, explaining he'd be stoked to raise a total of 2 million.
I was like, dude, if we hit 2 million today, I will be shocked.
Is it can be potential good to be good troll? Ah, this is crazy,
really,
bro.
really happy.
So when one single person sent a massive 3.7 million, Jack was understandably shaken.
We have just confirmed a donation of $3.7 million.
What? Are you kidding me?
I am not kidding you.
That's crazy. Someone got donated $3 billion. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's so insane. Oh my god. Yo, that's crazy work. Bro's definitely running out of ideas. What? No, no. This was a good video. That's insane. 3. Yeah, you have good suggestions. I do need to finish. Okay, I do have to finish that Jack Harlow video so I can edit it and put it on YouTube. But if you send, well, if you follow me on YouTube, you can send me recommendations, or on Discord. I think you can send me videos you want to watch. I'll probably be back. Well, I'm gonna watch the Jack Harlow one. Then I'll be back on Friday. I'm gonna do this mystery box taste testing. You should come to that stream. What time? 6 o'clock, maybe. We'll see. I don't know. Damn. Something's gonna happen like this to me. Someone will donate $1 million. That's what I see in my future. A little 1 million, you know. Nothing too crazy. That'd be awesome. I would be so happy. I don't even got nothing to spend it on. I would like to see that in my bank account.
This clip right here done got the internet in an uproar. A lot of people talking about Jack Harlow right now. Some of this conversation good, some of this conversation bad. Because Jack Harlow is this white rapper. He sat down and did an interview with 2 white dudes where they talking about why he switched from black music to blacker music, if you get what I'm saying. He didn't make the normal switch you see a lot of these white artists do who come into hip hop. A lot of white artists, they'll come into hip hop and will thrive off black culture, will thrive off rap music, will make all of this money, build all of this attention, build this brand off black culture. Then at some point, they'll just get away from it. They'll switch. They go to country. They go to pop. They go to rock. They do whatever they want to do. Machine Gun.
That is true. I wouldn't say, like, I don't like how he answered that question the reporter asked. However, he didn't do what Post Malone does. He didn't go to a white genre afterwards. He just stayed in the pocket.
Kelly, prime example. Rapping ass nigga went from rapping to, he a whole rock artist right now. Point is, a lot of these artists will use hip-hop, use black culture. But with Jack Harlow, there's been a conversation surrounding him since the start of his career. People have always wondered, is Jack Harlow gonna make that beat switch? Is he just gonna leave rap behind when he gets as much use as he can out of the genre? And as this video goes on, you're gonna understand my opinion. You're gonna understand the real state of his career. But Jack Harlow, he blew up years ago. 2020, late 2019, he blew up. He had what's popping.
Yeah.
He had the Uzi beef going on. Jack Harlow had a lot going on. He starts building up his career. He becomes a really big artist. He was making hits. He was making #1 songs for a long time. His albums was doing numbers. Jack Harlow was doing good until he kind of started to slow down. He would drop music. He dropped one album specifically. A lot of people didn't really like it the most. A lot of people looked at the album and it was like, oh, yeah, Jack, I don't know about that one. And it was like from that moment forward, his career kind of slowed down in a way. It went from, oh yeah, I'm dropping consistently to, oh, I'm taking a little break, because he would drop that, then he would drop another tape, a little EP, and then for years, we wouldn't get no music from Jack Harlow until right now. For a long time, we didn't get no music from this man.
And guess what the new album is titled? Guesses? Any takers? It's called Monica. Who the fuck is Monica? I would understand the title if he was like, oh, Monica is, I don't know, my stepmother. Monica is a teacher I used to have. Monica just seemed like Monica. He just used a black name, and I was like, is Monica a woman you were dealing with? Like, please elaborate, ma'am. I need to know.
And I think this did a lot of damage to his career, because hip-hop today, you have to be in front of people all the time. It's only a few artists who cannot be in front of the world and still grow an audience or still have people interested in what they have coming next. But Jack Harlow wasn't one of them artists. Jack Harlow wasn't the nigga that can disappear from music for a long time, come back, people still care. People stopped caring. A lot of people forgot Jack Harlow existed. That's why I made a video last summer called What Happened to Jack Harlow, basically. I talked about that. He disappeared. He slowed his career down, put it on a standstill, because all of this attention he brought up, it's not all gone. Of course it's not. But a lot of what he was building, a lot of the momentum he had, he threw it away when he decided to take this break. So during this period where Jack was gone, a lot of people was kind of expecting him to pull a Post Malone, oh, I'm rapping, I'm gonna go do country now, I'm gonna go do pop now, I'm gonna go do everything that isn't what I came up off. See, the thing with a lot of white artists, they'll come into hip-hop thriving off black culture and then will turn around and leave it. They used us and got away. Post Malone did it. Machine Gun Kelly. There's really only a couple artists in hip-hop right now, white artists that, came in here, thrived off black culture, was really a part of the culture, was really a part of the culture, was really with us and stuck around. A lot of them will.
If I can name that many, Eminem, Mac Miller. I don't know any other white rappers that stayed white rappers. Yeah, I think those are the only two I got. And then I guess Jack Harlow. But I don't know if his count because this new album. I feel like if you're gonna do a different genre, it just gotta be good. Like if it was bops on this music, people are like, oh, okay, like he switched, but like this shit fire. No one would care, but they're like, oh, this kind of ass. Like, why you just didn't stick to what you know?
They'll leave. A lot of them go and they do what they want, but it's not always the case. Mac Miller, Eminem, two big examples. Mac Miller, before he passed away, he really loved hip hop a lot.
Oh,
That's
okay,
why
yeah.
he's so loved now, because he treated black culture and he treated hip hop with so much respect. So many other artists we don't see do that. A lot of niggas will leave and they won't pay their respect and they just try to, you know, treat it like it didn't happen. See, the thing with hip hop, it's a real low barrier to entry. Right now, think about how many ass artists we see today that are huge. My nigga, Too Slimy. I know y'all just seen what he got on Max Stream and played them niggas. And then he gonna get mad because they wasn't fucking with it. That's a prime example of hip hop having such a low barrier to entry. We letting bullshit thrive. You, Too Slimy, really doing numbers right now. Nigga, that's ear pollution.
But that shit ain't nothing. That motherfucker, I give him a 0. I thought this shit was a joke at first.
Why you laughing? Why you laughing at your partner, bro?
Nah, keep doing your thing, gang, but I'm giving you a 0, gang.
Everywhere I go, this nigga's name keep popping up. And I was trying to give him a chance. Then I heard, I'm gonna give it a 0.
Wait, I thought it was
surprising coming from
Yo,
nigga,
are you
I've never heard of this man, and I don't want to.
That's his friend.
We know it's your boy, bro. Come on, bro.
Point is, hip hop has such a low barrier to entry. A lot of these people realize that. They're like, oh, I see rap. I can get in there for a little clap moment, for a little move. I'm not necessarily good at rap, but I can make a good sounding song. And that's what rap has kind of become focused on. That's the drawback on rap not being so focused on true talent. A lot of hip hop boiled down to this. Look, the music sound good, we can vibe, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it also allows anybody to just come in and be able to thrive simply because we're so based on how good something sounds and not the true rapping skill. So when a lot of
I guess that's a good point, because a lot of times if I listen to music, I'm listening for the beat. Like if the beat is nice, I can listen to it in the car. I might not even know what the words are, because a lot of times I'll listen to like older music and then like I learn what the words are. I'm like, ooh, they were saying some sick shit. Like, let me cut this off. But I guess it's the same way nowadays. Now it's not like, but back then they was rapping good. Now it's just like, ooh, this is just all bad, all around bad. No rapping abilities. The beat's not good, and it's only like a portion of the song that has a good beat. Because sometimes I'll download songs off TikTok, and then I go and listen to the full song on Spotify. I'm like, oh, this is trash. Like, let me delete this. Unlike it.
these people see rap, they're like, oh, okay, I can make a good sounding song, and I know this community gonna eat it up. So that's what I'm gonna do. People take advantage of this. They come in here strictly for the purpose of getting a bag, getting money, getting this image, using hip hop as leverage to change their life, change their career.
Yes, this is Jelly Roll. This is Jelly Roll with some braids, an iced out chain, and a 5X red tee, bro. This is when he was hanging with the Nagas.
Okay, that 5XT, I think he was just a very big man. I don't think he was trying to fit into the culture. That's just probably would have fit him.
I'm noticing a trend, right? Jelly Roll, Post Malone, Machine Gun Kelly, Kid Rock. They all started hanging with niggas.
Kid
all
Rock was a
started
rapper?
their career off as rappers. And then once that failed, they go to either country or rock and roll. They all use black
I didn't know
culture,
that.
black American culture, to get ahead in the music business. And once they are established, that's when they go to their true selves. They be using and abusing black Americans, bro. Heavy.
This is a case study on white artists who use black culture for clout and then drop their black
Ivy
costume
Lee?
once they profited to return to their
Oh,
white
the Ivy
audience.
Lee.
Take Miley Cyrus, who put on a full urban persona during the promotion of her Bangers album, only to harshly criticize the hip-hop genre once she decided to go back to teeny bopper pop music. Post Malone has also been
Oh,
accused of
Miley.
cultural appropriation,
I
especially
do remember
in light
that
of the
era.
interview where he said that if you're looking for real emotions in music, you shouldn't look for it in hip-hop. That couldn't be further from the truth, because hip-hop has a rich history of storytelling storytelling. Now, I agree that some hip-hop lyrics can be vulgar, but vulgar lyrics have never been limited to black culture, as you can find them in heavy metal, rock, and country songs as well. People like Justin Timberlake and Post Malone have traded in their gold chains for cowboy hats, and they give the impression that they're not really interested in the black audience any longer. People are assuming Jack Harlow might go down the same path after he performed an Elvis song with a live orchestra at his latest show. I think it's okay for artists to try new things, so we'll see how his career plays out to ensure that he wasn't just using hip-hop as a stepping stone
into something else entirely. And with Jack Harlow being white, like I said, people was thinking he gonna hit the switcheroo. He gonna come in, get his clout, get out, but he didn't. But the thing with me is, look, I'm not one of them people where it's like, oh, if you're white, your opinion on hip hop doesn't matter, or you can't be a part of the culture. Nah, if you're a part of the culture, you're a part of the culture. But a lot of these people will come in here with ulterior motives, not real love for the music, not real love for what we got going on. And the thing with hip hop, we are always so open to allowing people outside the culture to come in. Think over the past few years, we had Ian, we got Netspin, we got Post Malone, Jack Harlow, a lot of people outside the culture we let in. And it's like, oh, if you make good music,
who's that person
you
on
make
the
good
end?
music. But when it comes to black people trying to be accepted into other genres, it's always a problem. Think about how many times that has been a problem over the years. Think back when Lil Nas X was blowing up. However you feel about him, it doesn't matter. When he blew up, he had Old Town Road, right? This was a country song. But when it came out, them white folks, Billboard, the charts, they was mad as hell. They was like, oh, this is imitation. This is parody music. This ain't real.
That's facts. People didn't even accept it as a country song until Billy Ray Cyrus got on that bitch. They was like, nope, he's black. Gotta be rap. What?
Country. And it got to a point where real country artists, Billy Ray Cyrus had to step in. He was like, bro, y'all not finna play with this nigga like that. This a country song. So he got on there. Now that it's a country artist on this song, all of a sudden it really want to be some country music now. We see this time and time again. Anytime a black artist goes into another genre that's predominantly white, niggas always got a problem with it. It's always an issue, but so often we allow anybody, not even just white, we allow so many artists to come in and be a part and be with us. Bad Bunny, for example, that nigga, if you look at his old music, what was he trying to do? It was pure Migos imitation. Me and my boy was just talking about this last night. But Atlanta Magazine will write this all the way back when this Old Town Road situation was going on. Old Town Road made national headlines in March after it was removed from the Billboard Hot Country Songs for not, quote unquote, embracing enough elements of today's country music. Critics pointed to the song lyrics as proof that the country trap song was a parody that shouldn't be taken too seriously. But Billboard's decision quickly sparked conversations about keeping it among industry insiders and fans alike. Last month, Lil Nas X commented on a moment telling Teen Vogue this: you can have your country song with trap elements, but if it's known by country artists, then it's allowed. A black guy who raps comes along and he's on top of the country charts. It's like, what the fuck? Hell, another example, take Shabuzi for example, a black man who broke in the country. He took over the country charts for a long time.
All right, so I assume everybody knows who Shabuzi is. Someone pour me up another shot of whiskey. Banger. Banger. So Shabuzi goes and makes the biggest country song in the world. The biggest country song since Old Town Road. Gets nominated for Single of the Year at the CMAs. They even have him come and perform. And during the entire show are making jokes with his name in it. Like talking about, oh, Cowboys kick Shabuzi, like talking about they kick ass, like saying that his name sounds like booty. Mind you, Shabuzi is a play off of his last name, bro. They're like making fun of his name. Here's the icing on the cake, though. You'd think this song would be a up to pick for Song of the Year. Easily the most streamed song, has been #1 in the charts for months now. Nope, he lost. He didn't win Song of the Year. Somehow, the song with 1 quadrillion didn't win Song of the Year. This is 1 year removed from Beyonce having the biggest country album almost of all time and still not winning an award. I don't even know if I have to call them racist. They seem like they're doing it themselves.
Now, Shabuzi ain't a dude I can really defend because he done did a little bit of questionable shit over the past few months. He pulled something we see a lot of people do. Streamers, artists, anybody with a little platform, they always love to go against black Americans. People, Cassinet, for example, he done did this many times. He's always going against black Americans. He always trying to make it seem like we have no culture and we're less than him. That's a lot of conversations we see a lot. And Shabuzi went down this route. He would go to the Grammys. He won his award. He would get on stage and say, I do this for the immigrants. I do this for the immigrants that built America. My music is for them, which is insane to say because y'all know the real lore behind this country. I know who was locked up, who was slaves for a long ass time. Point is, he said this, And without digging into that and making this video something that it ain't, because this video is about Jack Harlow. He accepted a country award. Do you know who really created country music? Not immigrants, not white folks, but Black Americans. So for you to be accepting the Black American Award and to say that while accepting this award is kind of crazy. Even though country may be dominated by a lot of white people today, that don't change the fact that we know who created this shit. Anyways, back to the topic at hand. So often we see Black people not be accepted into other cultures, yet we so often open our arms. And that's really why people get so much backlash when they make these little weird moves. And that's why it hurts so much, because damn, we open up for y'all. We let y'all come in here, be a part of us, be with us, sit by our side. But now you just saying fuck the culture. Now you just like, oh yeah, I use this to get in.
Jack Harlow saying that he got blacker after making his dog shit R&B album just proves everything I've been saying about white rappers.
Dog shit. I haven't listened to it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have not. However, I did. Someone. I forget what I was watching, but they mentioned that you can't just download the album regularly. You have to buy it to listen to it. And I was like, oh, that's how they got you. Like they wanted you to buy it because they knew it was trash. Like you can't just preview the songs. No, you have to buy that hoe first. And I was like, huh, smart. You knew it was trash. You had to get people to buy it somehow.
This entire time. These people exist to commodify our culture and turn it from something that's inherently subversive and radical to something that's sterile and marketable. I recently made a video comparing bad white rappers to AI-generated art in the sense that they both exist to remove the human experience from art. Just as AI art is merely an imitation of human art, bad white rappers are merely an imitation of Black artists. As a result, their products are aesthetically Black without being inspired by any of the real-world experiences or perspectives that make actual Black art Black. UC Berkeley professor and overall terrible guy John Searle wrote in 1980 about a concept I think is really helpful to demonstrate my point here, the Chinese room argument. Imagine that I, or anyone else who doesn't speak Chinese, is in a room, and in that room is a book that reads something like this, the left side being labeled inputs and the right side being labeled outputs. Now imagine that someone outside of the room is slipping pieces of paper under the door that have these input phrases written on them, and when I receive that paper, I write the corresponding output phrase and slide it back under the door. And now imagine that these inputs are actually questions written in Chinese, and the outputs are the appropriate responses to those questions. Would you say that because I'm able to give appropriate and accurate responses to questions in Chinese, I now speak Chinese? Obviously not. Now the Chinese room argument has its issues, but it's useful for the purposes of this video. In the same way that being able to write Chinese characters doesn't mean that you actually speak Chinese, being able to superficially replicate the stylings of Black artists like D'Angelo and Gucci Mane doesn't make you a Black artist, and it doesn't make your music Black. And the Chinese room argument isn't even fully applicable here because the whole idea of the hypothetical is that the person in the room is providing responses that would be identical to that of an actual Chinese speaker. But Jack Harlow and Ian don't sound like Black artists. They sound like annoying wiggers imitating Black artists. They don't have any of the emotional or lyrical depth of the artists that they're copying because they're imitating their sounds without having any of the perspectives that guide them. This makes their music bland, sanitized, and perfect for white label execs to capitalize off of. Bad white rappers provide label execs the perfect opportunity to profit off of Black expression without engaging with the Black experience.
And before I talk about this, you really got to respect Jack Harlow. If you don't care for his music, that don't matter, because Jack Harlow didn't come in and rap and try to switch up on us. Or at least not yet. Jack Harlow been rapping for a long ass time. He had been rapping since he was like 12. He been making rap music since he was a little nigga. And to this day, he ain't switched up on the culture. Every major project Jack Harlow done put out has been hip hop or rap related. And he hasn't been out that long though. Until his last project, the project he just dropped on Friday. Now, after not dropping no music for this long ass time, he announced that he was coming back with an album. People was thinking Jack Harlow was gonna come back. He was gonna switch up on the culture, leave us behind. He got his money, got his clout, and he was gonna leave. But he didn't do that. He in a way went deeper into Black culture. He would drop this neo soul album, whether you like it or not, doesn't matter. The point is, he stuck with us. The culture, he didn't use the culture. He didn't just leave the culture. He dove into it. And at the end of the day, you got to respect that because so many other people wouldn't have did that. Like,
I don't know if you have to respect it, because I feel like if you're going to make music for the culture, it should be good. Like I've heard a lot of people say it's like it sounds like it's supposed to be good. Like not even how it sounds like he sounds like he's trying to be Black. But like just make a good song, make good quality music and people will accept it. And you don't have to try to be Black. Like even his album title, Monica. Who is Monica? That's what he should have said. He needs to explain to us who Monica is.
Like you heard in the clip, so many other people would have went into a more white genre. They would have went and did pop, went and did country, went and did whatever. EDM.
Also, if you go to those under genres, people are not mad if it's good. Like it just has to be good. Like if you gonna go to R&B, make it good. If you gonna go to pop, make it good. Like his last single, was it Whips and Chains? No, that was the hook. It was like I don't know what the title of the song was, but it was like I don't like no whips and chains, but you can't tie me down. I don't think that was a rap song. That was more poppy to me. So he is jumping around. It's just when he went to that last single, it was good. This I don't know. I've been hearing mixed opinions. Honestly, not even mixed. All of them have been saying it was terrible.
But Jack Harlow didn't do that. But just because that's how I feel, don't mean that's how the internet feel. A lot of people are split on this right now. Some people feel weird about this music switch. Some people looking at Jack and they're like, I don't like that. I don't like this image that you create, and I don't like how you trying to be black.
Jack Harlow just dropped a neo soul R&B album. And when he did a podcast and they asked him why he didn't retreat to country or rock like other white rappers, he said, I got blacker. That one sentence opened up a conversation that is 70 years old. He cited Erykah Badu as his influence. By all accounts, the love is real. But is that enough? Sincerity has never been the issue. The issue is the system behind the artist. Let's take a look back at 19. Mama Thornton records Hound Dog, raw, powerful, undeniable. 4 years later, Elvis Presley covers it and sells millions. Pat Boone made a career out of taking Little Richard and Fats Domino records, stripping out the edge and handing them to white radio audiences who were actively steered away from the original. He even had a name for black music back then. They called them race records. That's not a metaphor. That was the actual marketing category. Moved to the 60s and 70s, Berry Gordy built Motown, specifically as a correction to this. A black-owned label to get black artists paid and heard on their own terms. It worked, but even then, publishing rights, distribution deals, and radio payola meant money still found ways to flow away from the artists who created them. By the 2000s, it's the best-selling genre on the planet, and white artists have started arriving. Eminem, legitimate, credentialed, backed by Dr. Dre, but still somehow the most commercially successful rapper of all time. Vanilla Ice fabricated his entire background and lifted a baseline without credit. Iggy Azalea got nominated for Grammy Awards over black female rappers who have been doing the work for years. So back to Jack Harlow.
Does Iggy make music in general anymore? Like, did she switch up or she just left?
The critique isn't really about him as a person. It's structural. Black male R&B artists have been making this music for decades, and they don't get the same press runs, the same playlist placements, the same Grammy consideration, or you guys making posts about them. When a white artist steps into that lane, the industry often opens doors it kept shut. That's not about talent. That's about how this business has always been.
And invitations to the cookout have been suspended indefinitely. Jack Harlow recently said,
I got blacker. Black music. I got blacker.
The first comment says, if everybody wants to be black, who gonna be the white people? Because Jack Harlow went down to the beauty supply store and picked up a 1996 Neo, had the 2005 B2K glasses, and dropped an album called Monica. Now, some people are saying in the clip I just played, he was admiring black culture and art, and that he just wanted to make an R&B album. But I do understand why people are skeptical, though, and are talking about cultural appropriation, because it does seem like there are white artists who go through a blackness phase. You remember Blackiana Grande?
I'm like, bitch, that's my cookie, that's my juice, okay? Carry on. Thank you, next.
Miley Cyrus notoriously had a black phase, and then she went right on back to country. So the reason people are saying it's a black phase is because they'll come out, do hip hop, and then they'll drop that little black scent that they have and go back to whatever genre of music they were doing before, country, pop, whatever. So it can definitely feel like they were just trying on or auditioning blackness, if you will. But ultimately, as an artist, I do think it's more than okay to experiment with genres, but saying my music got blacker, of course, everyone's going to come online to get their jokes off.
Now, with that clip, I don't think Jack was really trying to be super disrespectful. I think it was a joke. A lot of people don't like the joke.
I do
but
think
y'all
he
know
is
who
sarcastic
Jack Harlow
in
is.
general.
He's been this comedian,
So it
trolling
probably
type
was a
dude for a
joke.
long time. He'll say something and it'll be a joke. But what he said there, I don't think was necessarily so hurtful. It wasn't like, oh, I'm really black. It was, damn, I'm feeling blacker musically. I enjoy this music they create. I appreciate their work, and I don't want to leave it behind. I want to pay my respects. I want to do what I do. But how do y'all feel about this? How do y'all feel about the whole Jack Harlow situation?
I think the way he phrased it is just weird. I got blacker. You're still white, sir. You're still white. Okay. Oh, I still need to go to Pop Shelf, so I'll probably go do that so I can buy some snacks. Um, then I might get food while I'm out. I do like Domino's. If we pass the Domino's, that's what I'm getting. But all right, y'all. I will see you on Friday. Come back.